Welcome to Biz Wire. We lead off today with last week's nuclear test by the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, which so far has had little effect on its trade with China. Analysts have warned, however, that the two new DPRK economic zones may suffer. Chen Ying-chun, general manager at Tongyi in Dandong near the border with North Korea, said trade with the DPRK has been operating as usual since the test. Chen said that most trading business with the DPRK in his city is small scale, but is influenced slightly by the dispute at the international level. Tongyi is a trading company that has exported Chinese construction materials, metals, general merchandise, and furniture to the DPRK for more than 15 years. Chen said that even if trading was suspended, customs formalities would likely return to normal after just a few days. China is DPRK's largest trading partner. The cross-border trade in the frontier city of Dandong alone reportedly accounts for more than 80% of Sino-DPRK trade. According to the General Administration of Customs, excluding a dip in 2009, trade has increased every year since the year 2000, reaching $5.67 billion in 2011, a rise of 62% year-on-year. China's major imports include coal, ores, woven apparel, fish, and seafood, while exports include electrical machinery, vehicles, and iron and steel. China is also a major source for the DPRK's petroleum supply. In 2010, the two countries established the Rason Economic and Trade Zone in the DPRK port of Rason on that country's east coast near China's Jilin province. Well, another economic zone designed to boost bilateral trade and investment cooperation were established on two North Korean islands near Dandong. But Song Bei-chuan, director of the Institute of International Business at the University of International Business and Economics in Beijing, said the nuclear test already has had a major effect on trade relations, and without giving the source of his information, said that efforts to further advance the two economic zones have been suspended. Hua Jingguo, president of the Chinese Academy of International Trade and Economic Cooperation, a think tank affiliated with the Commerce Ministry, said that to what degree bilateral trade and economic relations will be affected still depends on how the situation develops. Similarly, Wang Yuju, a researcher at the National Institute of International Strategy at the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences, said unilateral sanctions, if introduced, will hit the DPRK very hard as the country is less developed in agriculture and industrialization. However, Dong Manyuan, deputy director of the China Institute of International Studies, dismissed the possibility of unilateral sanctions from China and the suspension of the two economic zones, as China has consistently opposed sanctions. While trying to act as the voice of reason, Foreign Ministry spokesman Hong Lei said at a news briefing on Monday that the situation of the peninsula currently is sensitive and complicated, while appealing for all parties involved not to take any action that could worsen the situation on the Korean peninsula. Well, data from the Ministry of Commerce shows that China's investment in non-financial sectors in the DPRK had reached $300 million by the end of 2011, while the DPRK's total investment in China was about $100 million. Now, this is just a tiny fraction of China's foreign trade, which grew to nearly $3.9 trillion in 2012, just $16 billion less than the international trade of the United States.